Hey everyone, this is Adam with the Adam Lee Team and Keller Williams Realty Phoenix. This is the January 2015. I hope everyone had a safe and wonderful New Year's. We were actually celebrating the birth of my newest daughter. Like always, I always want to start right into the statistical information. This one is going to be slightly different. I'm going to touch base on December real quick, and then I want to do some projecting for 2015 of what I think it's going to look like. So first of all, median home price went up, the absorption rate went down. So pricing went up, days on market and everything went down. The reason why that's important is that gives you kind of the pulse of the market right now, and more homes are being sold than put on the market right now. So the inventory is kind of diminishing. And now it's a slow rate, it's not anything to hoop and holler about, not super exciting. But what is exciting is the sold to list ratio in November and in December increased. So what that means is the gap between buyers and sellers is closing. Okay, so buyers, so say a house is worth $300,000, a buyer is going to feel that it's worth $250 or $275. A seller really thinks that their house is worth $320. So there's this huge gap that we see keeps getting bridged. Okay, and so we're seeing that, and I think we're going to continue to see that into 2015. Pricing is good. Now here's what's going to change in 2015. We know that interest rates are changing. We know that. It's not an if, it's a when. So when they change, what happens is it's going to limit the amount of buyers that hit the market, because some won't even be able to qualify, some will be able to qualify for less of a home than they could right now. So what that means and what that looks like to buyers is if you're thinking about buying in 2015, get a hold of us now so you can at least preemptively start getting a strategy together. Because if you don't have that strategy, it's going to be summertime, interest rates are higher, and now you're kind of not behind the curve, but it's going to be a little more of a struggle. So if you know the information up front, and we can keep you up to date on what's going on with the rates, then at least you know, so that you can minimize the surprises. On the selling side now what that does is if less buyers are getting into the market, then there's less buyers that have the potential to see your home and to look at your home. The other thing that you need to take into consideration is, I get this question all the time. Well, I just want to wait for my house to appreciate a little bit more. Okay, so here's your house, and you're waiting for it to appreciate. Here's the house that you want to buy. Your house isn't going to appreciate, and then this house doesn't appreciate. It's going to be appreciating at the same time. Does that make sense? So as we see, we may see a little bit of appreciation in 2015. I don't see an astronomical amount of appreciation happening. You have some people saying that there may even be a little bit of a dip in 2015. Some areas we're going to see that more than others. Gilbert, for example, Gilbert is just projected to be really strong in the first quarter of this year. So you really want to make sure that you're getting information according to what your house is now or where you want to buy, and or both. Okay, so 2015 I think is going to be a great year. The reason why I think it's going to be a great year is the fact that the market's still strong. There's not a huge flood of inventory hitting the market. That's when we really see a slow up. But as we see homes get put on the market, we may end up seeing a little bit of influx in the absorption rate. Just like I said, just because of the inventory. If you have any questions about your specific house or an area that you want to buy in, let us get you some good information. I can't tell you how many times, even maybe not quite on a daily basis, but even a weekly basis, that I saw on Zillow, or I saw this house on Zillow, or Zillow says my house is worth this. Guys, Zillow is just an algorithm. It's just based on numbers. There's so much more to the pricing of a home and knowing what to put an offer in than what the Zestimate is. Make sure that you get good information. Stop getting information that's easy. Someone needs to work for you in order to get that information. As always, I want to thank everyone who's willing to stamp your name to ours. Our referrals, we love them. We are so grateful for them, and we treat them with the greatest of care. So if there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. And if not, we will see you next month in February.